Well, man, we're not going to ask you anything you probably haven't heard before, but loaded quarterback room, a lot of great wide receivers this year, too, even after losing Mingo and Heath to the NFL. Just kind of overall, what's your overall idea of the offense so far, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. As I compare it from last year, this year I feel like we've come along in a far way, especially like offensive line wise. Like we have a lot of guys that are coming back and a lot of guys with a ton of experience. And as our team is, like everything starts in the trenches, and those guys being able to move people off the ball and then give the ball to Quinchon is also really nice to have. Receiver wise, like you said, it's really hard to replicate what you had with Malik and Mingo and them being just extremely efficient and productive in the SEC and being some of the top receivers there. But I feel like we brought in a lot of really good talent from the transfer portal, and then even bringing in the freshman class with Aiden Williams, and even guys coming back from year 1 to year 2 like Jordan Watkins, D Wade, and a lot of those other guys. Like they've been able to take huge steps in their game. Jalen Knox has been another guy that's emerged, Braylon Brown and JJ Henry, and a lot of the younger guys as well. So the thing that excites me the most is that we have a lot of depth and a lot of guys who can make really tough plays. And that makes it a lot easier for the quarterback and for myself being able to trust whoever's out there to make a play for you.
Aiden Williams already seemed like he was making some tough plays out there today. What's your really just first impressions on him? He wasn't here in the spring, so he's that big time receiver coming out of this recruiting class. What's just the first impressions on him?
Yeah, quite honestly, the first time I saw him work out, I texted Coach Weiss and I knew that he was going to be something special, and I'm super excited for him. I think he's going to be a guy that makes an impact for us right out of the gate, which is very cool to have when you have a guy so young. He's just, this is his only first year in college football, and I expect a lot of great things for him. And he's a very driven person as is, so he's never satisfied and wants to be the best he can be. In fact, he always says that he wants to be better than Malik and Mingo. So, it's going to be really fun to see his progression and what he does this year.
Obviously, you can't talk too much about it, but as far as having a quarterback battle this year, for lack of a better term, with Spencer and even Walker coming in, Austin Simmons, loaded quarterback room, just what is your mindset? How has that driven you to just focus on you and get even better just throughout this whole process?
Yeah, I'm competitive, regardless of who's around me. I don't think, my status or, just my self-confidence has ever been in doubt, and I've never wavered from it. I knew from year 1 to year 2 that I was going to make big strides in my game, and then with bringing them along, it's been able to create a very competitive room, and obviously that just makes you better. Competition breeds success and puts you in the best situation as a team to succeed and win games. As I kind of looked at it, I was at the end of the year I was the only quarterback on scholarship, so I knew obviously that we were going to have to bring in some guys to fill those roles. So being able to bring in Spencer and Walker, and then even having Austin come in, there's a lot of talent in that room, and it's a great room to be a part of.
A lot of returning linemen from last year, just building those relationships, even with the new guys. How's that been so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Those are some of my best friends on the team. As a quarterback, you got to take care of your offensive line, but at the same time, those are just my best friends. So being able to build those relationships and take that next step as teammates and friends has, I think, brought us together, and I'm super excited to see it show on the field.
Well, for you as the quarterback, you mentioned Quinchon already. He's had a fantastic freshman season. He's on a lot of watch lists, obviously, this season. Yeah. What is it like for you to have that just ridiculous running back in the backfield that you can rely on pretty much through any situation?
Yeah, well, he was the best running back in the country last year. I've never played with somebody with his skill set at the running back position like that he does. But he takes so much stress off of you as a quarterback, being able to suck linebackers in on play action and stuff like that. I think the big thing for him that I've realized is, regardless of all the attention or preseason accolades, postseason accolades that he had from last year, his work ethic has stayed the exact same, and he has much bigger goals than what he wants to do in college football. He wants to make this a life for himself. So, it's pretty inspiring to see a guy like that so young be mature about it, and never be satisfied with where he's at.
And I know this is a unique question for you being an offensive player, but with the new defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, coming in, a lot of excitement around the defense this year. For you as the quarterback who leads the offense, you need a good defense in case you don't score, things like that. What have you seen from the defense so far, and kind of how excited are you about having that new defense for you this year?
I'm thrilled to have them. We brought in so many elite players. They're going to contribute, make huge differences for our defense, and then obviously PG, P. Golden, you know, his scheme and his mindset on the defensive side of the ball is really going to change things. And you know, I'm thrilled to have him here and meeting the new guys. And I'm super excited to see them succeed because I know they're going to do great things this year.
Appreciate your time, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.